So, I wanted to talk about this story about GB News and this bloodbath that's going on over there, where they're just basically firing and axing and making redundant a lot of their per diem per click band of so-called journalists. One of them being this guy here, Mark Dolan. And I want to thank Brian Squaddies and Sussex Family Squad TV because they brought my attention to it because I don't really follow too closely. But these people apparently are like major haters of the Duchess of Sussex and to some extent Prince Harry as well. And so Meghan is frequently a target and frequently caught in their crosshairs, right? And so GB News is one of those UK media outlets that has carved a niche for itself as the unofficial home of royal grudge bearers, right? And so-called experts, as Brian would say, the carnival of so-called experts, with Mark Dolan and other talking heads regularly attacking the Duchess of Sussex's every move, from her marriage to Prince Harry to her philanthropic endeavors. It seems that no aspect of Meghan's life has escaped their relentless scrutiny over the past several years. And do you know what the irony is? The irony is that these incessant tirades have done little to boost the channel's fortunes because the audience has been growing increasingly tired and fatigued with the same old vitriol every single day directed at the Duchess of Sussex and her husband and her family for every single thing that she does. And so basically, they spend all their time hating on Meghan, coming up with all these hate posts, saying all these awful things, but they're not getting the viewership. They're not getting the engagement. They're not getting the views. They're not getting the traffic, and they're spending money on this. It's not like they're on YouTube and this is happening. I mean, this is an established conventional media organization that's for profit. It's in the business of making money, and they're losing money because these per diem per click band of so-called journalists spend their whole time talking about Meghan and coming up with just the same angle, the same vitriol every single day for years and years and years. And people stopped watching. And on top of that, now the karma seems to be paying the whole network, a long overdue visit. And this guy Dolan here, as I said, he's one of the loudest anti-Meghan voices apparently, and GB News just unceremoniously axed this guy axed him, axed him for poor viewing ratings, right? Now, despite all of the inflammatory rhetoric against Meghan, he just couldn't hold on to an audience, let alone win new people to come and watch the show anew. I mean, he couldn't get it done, right? And his departure now, which is very abrupt, I mean, it was just one day he goes in and the next day he's out. His departure serves as a reminder that spite and vitriol and hate might grab headlines, but it really builds sustainable success. And that's something that really I personally find very intriguing, how so many of these hater, spiteful videos get so much traffic, so many clicks, so many views, so many comments, so much engagement over such a sustained period of time. And I don't understand how people just keep going back for more every single day. But apparently, it's not really what it seems. I mean, these might be bots or whatever. It's not real. I mean, people are not doing as well as they appear to be doing. Um, This guy Dolan, Mark Dolan's firing is just one chapter in the unraveling of GB News, right? There's another woman named Isabel Webster who Brian Squatty's talked about in her YouTube channel, in her YouTube video. And this woman, Isabel, I don't know her, but apparently she's another prominent presenter, and they fired her for being too woke, you guys. So this is a clear indication that the network GB News refuses to, I guess, embrace anything resembling balance or progress. And there's somebody else there named Jacob Rees-Mogg, who is a staunch defender of the far right agenda on the show, on the channel also, who also had his airtime slashed due to mounting financial losses for the network. It's really amazing. I mean, for years, GB News has peddled hateful rhetoric against Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, exploiting her for clicks as like this lightning rod for their culture wars. But their pre-tax losses apparently swelled to more than 42 million pounds, you guys, and their presenters just started to drop like flies. And so for me, it seems like karma, and poetic justice that this should be. I mean, Meghan continues steadfastly. She continues on, the Lord is my light. Whom shall I fear? It's almost like she says this prayer every day. The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Right? There's a psalm that goes to that effect, where you just watch your enemies drop one by one, and you just remain calm and steadfast because you are guided by the Lord, right? So we have Meghan, on the other hand, who's just continued to focus on meaningful work, on her family, and she has proven to be far more resilient than all of the network's smear campaigns that were thrown at her over the past 4 years and counting, right? Meanwhile, these people like this guy Mark Dolan, they can't hold it together. They just fall like a house of cards. It's amazing. In the end, I think that one could say that GB News's downfall, because it seems like the whole thing is going down, is a testament to the old adage, what goes around comes around, right? Their obsession with tearing Meghan down has not only failed, but may have helped to speed up their own undoing, right? I mean, karma, it seems, has no time slot. It arrives precisely when it is due. That is a lesson for people like Mark Dolan, because I am convinced that these people, they know better. They know that what they're doing is unethical and wrong and inhuman, but they continue. I mean, look, I have no problem with criticizing someone, fair criticism. It's okay for me, but it can't just be all criticism all the time, and never can you find anything good to say about someone. And you just do this every single day. Even if she, issues a Christmas card, you find a way to make that a thing that is just like so horrible. It's not very nice. And eventually, I think